Hey guys, what's up? My name's Groovy. Welcome back to a brand new series that I'm going to be starting where I'm going to be casting AI battle matches. I'm going to just call it the BattleBot series, but I'm going to be trying to make the scales even in different situations. Like you see here, we got a Cheater 3 AI, which means he sees the whole map, he gets extra resources, and Insane, I'm pretty sure means his APM is unlimited. If I know correctly, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And then we have a normal Elite AI, which is the hardest difficulty without it being a cheater. But we're going to set the cheater AI to 80%, and we're giving him a handicap. So what 80% means is that all of his units and buildings will only have 80% of the normal amount of health that our other AI here will have. We're both going to set them to random. That way we can have a little bit of mystery in what this match is going to be like. But I wonder if the cheater AI will be too OP for the Elite AI, or will our boy pull through? I'm rooting for the Elite AI. I want him to pull through. Oh, it doesn't tell us which one is Elite, by the way. So we kind of get to figure it out for ourselves. Well, you should be able to tell by the amount of minerals that are being mined, because there we go. So player one happens. Well, yeah. It looks like player one is the Elite AI. If you look at the bottom, it shows that he is gathering about 200-ish more resources than his opponent. Also, remember, he can see exactly what his opponent's doing. Not that AIs scout with overlords anyways, but he doesn't. There is no need for him to scout, really. Okay. A little bit of an inoptimal build here from our Elite AI. It's supposed to be the best of the best, boys. But anyways, let's do our introductions. In the top right-hand corner, representing the Elite with no handicap on him, it is our red Terran player. In the bottom left-hand corner, representing the cheaters, all things Hackerman 101, it is the blue Zerg player. Now, I know that the Cheater 3 Terran AI, if it gets to a late game, is pretty insane, because Terran tends to be the best race for an AI because it has a whole bunch of abilities and micro potential when you add a whole bunch of different kinds of units in your army. Like if you look at a cheater, or actually just any AI Terran army, by late game, if you give it, say, like 30 minutes to build itself up, I know 30 minutes sounds like a lot, but it'll diversify its army completely where it looks like it just kind of has one of everything. But then when you have that AI on the cheater mode where it has unlimited APM, you'll watch its APM spike to like 4,000 or 5,000 while it's controlling ghosts, marines, marauders, battle cruisers, tanks, everything. It'll individually stem marines, things like that. It gets pretty insane. Like, I can beat a Cheater 3 AI quite easily, but it just takes forever because they have so many more resources. Like, it'll be the 6-minute mark and they're coming at you with, 140, 150 supply. And you just kind of gotta get ready. And while you're getting ready, you can't be macroing as hard as you would like. So you can set the build preference whether you want them to cheese or not. But most of the time, I just have them on random build. You only really play against AI either to prove a point or to warm up. Warm-up games against them are nice as well because you just get your timings down and things like that. Zerg player, our cheater boy, gonna be going for a Roach Warren and double gas on one hatch. So he's mining the equivalent, so this is one full gas mining of 156, which means that a second gas should put him at just over the 300 mark. So 2 gases from the cheater. I want to say that makes it, he's mining what, like 6 per return? Oh, 7, excuse me. They mine 7 minerals per return and 5 gas per return. Okay. It's not quite as bad as I thought. I thought it was double. So the music seems like it's a little loud, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit. All right. Oh, okay. Lings and roaches going to be coming out here. Quite common thing for the AI to do. It's he kind of just builds up an army before getting any sort of upgrades. Even upgrades like ling speed, roach speed, things that quality of life upgrades for his units that just make them a little bit better. Same thing for the Terran, I guess. I do usually see marauders sooner than this though, like especially after he scouts roaches. Terran looks like he wants to go into bio. They're both just kind of macroing up here. They were on random build, if I remember correctly, which means it kind of looks like they both got an economic focus build. Not that our cheater AI needs economic. You know, he doesn't need to focus on his economy. He could be doing a rush build and be completely fine and just expand afterwards. The average APM currently, average 350 for our Terran player. You know, you can't be a Terran player if you're not trying to break your wrists. I know from personal experience. Have carpal tunnel in both, boys. Pepe hands. The cheater AI, knowing he's just cooling over here, knows he's ahead on supply, sees exactly what his opponent's doing, and just chilling with a cool 60 APM. Like, that's how to play it. Zerg is a reactionary race, right? That's how to play the race. Just cheat, man. Duh, forehead, balance fixed right there. All right, we'll see if he goes for an attack. He's at 48 army supply, but his units are very, very squishy, though. Like, for example, this Roach only has 116 health to the normal 145, and the Zergling has 28 to 35. This is, a significant difference. For a Zergling, I think it's either 1 or 2 less hits for Marines now. Because 7 a Marine does 6 damage. With +1, it's definitely 2 less. But without +1, it's still going to be 5 hits. Yeah, so it's 1 hit less without +1, but with +1, it is 2 less hits, which is kind of insane. Zerg player massing up a whole bunch of Hydras here. The unit count is 14 Hydras, 10 Roaches, 12 Lings on a 34 drone count. Wow, quite impressive. Marines being massed up here for the Terran, and he's making Hellions out of a Tech Lab factory. Now, that is an interesting choice. Not something you see very often. Small brain computers, you know. Does that say more about the humans that made the computers or the computers themselves, you know? If someone had to program this AI to build Hellions out of an effing Tech Lab factory. Don't ban me, YouTube. Marauders coming out here. The first Marauder... Actually, excuse me, I lied. Only 3 Marauders now. I was going to give him shit because the guy was making Roaches, but it's okay. You see, we can be rude to them. They're computers. They don't have any feelings. Mr. Destructoids come in chat after that. All right, the supplies are surprisingly close, but I think it's because although our cheater is mining more, he stayed on a really low drone count for a while. All right, +1 coming out here for the red Terran player, which again is going to have an astronomical impact against these weak units. Third base being established for the Zerg. Medivacs coming out here for the Terran player as well. Going to be setting up for a nice bio push if he ever decides to do so. I still don't like that he's building Hellions. Tanks would be the optimal choice here, and he's definitely had the gas this whole time. Like, I guess if he was lacking on gas and he really wanted to just get any amount of units out, but the only time you would ever do that is if you're dying and you just need anything on the field. Like, a max out versus max out fight should go in favor of our Terran player, though, so the Zerg player should not wait that long. He's getting every upgrade in the book. Burrow, centrifugal hooks, pneumatized carapace, +1 for everything, +111, and roach speed. No Hydra upgrades, though. He's getting a Lurker Den. Lurker is going to be really nice versus Bio. I think this Terran army, if stemmed properly and with a good arc, could definitely take the Zerg army right now. Fungals will be pretty deadly, though. We'll see. The average APM still highly in favor of our Terran player. The Zerg player is ahead on workers now, which is even bigger advantage because of the cheats, the hacks. So we'll see how these fights go. Now remember, one benefit of our cheater being Zerg is that he will be able to max out very quickly, and he will have, guaranteed have the money to be able to remax. So that's something to keep in mind. Will the battle bots ever actually fight each other? They have no inclination to do so. And I kind of understand the cheater AI not wanting to do so because he sees everything. If he sees the other AI is just chilling here doing nothing, he doesn't need to attack. He can just build the counter army, which his army is a pretty good counter so far. Vikings and Hellions coming out now, still from this Tech Lab factory. This Tech Lab was a complete waste unless he got, imagine him getting Blue Flame for 1 Hellion at a time. Keck W. All right, our first major attack coming in here from the Zerg player. See if he can get some damage done on the third command center. contaminates the CC, so he can't build any more workers. The fungal goes off on the Vikings. Like to see some fungals on the bio. Ooh, massive fungal on that bio. But these units have no health, so the bio is actually fighting back pretty efficiently here. The Zerg player immediately reproducing units. The production tab for that Zerg player absolutely insane. Both APMs skyrocketing to over 700. The Terran player at like 1500, and the Terran cleans that army. But in the process, he did lose 13 SEVs, which is way more detrimental because he does not have that extra income. So the Zerg player going to be able to remax extremely quickly off of this. You never saw his supply drop in that fight. He wasn't even maxed to begin with during that fight. So just impressive that even though he lost double in that fight, he's still ahead by 20 army supply. He's got his 222 adrenal glands. Hive is done. Vipers are now on the field. We'll see how the Vipers are being used in this. I haven't seen anything loaded into the dropper lords. The Terran thinks he has enough army to attack now. Now lurkers are being burrowed. Corrosive vials being thrown out. Oh, a massive fungal with Baneling combinations in this choke. This looks like a very promising fight for our cheater AI. Another fungal being used. The spell casting is amazing from this robot compared to our other Terran player. Each unit being individually stemmed and microed back. The APM shooting up to well over 1,000 for both players. Microing back individual marauders, and the Terran player gets absolutely creamed in that fight. The army supply is now dwarfing. The production seems to be lacking from our Terran player, and not the fact that he's producing units whenever he can. He just doesn't have enough production. He only has 4 barracks, 1 without an add-on, a tech like 1 factory, 1 starport. When on 66 SCVs, you could be supporting at least 7 barracks, 711, if not more. If you wanted to do 5 barracks, maybe 5 barracks, 2 factories, 2 starports, even then, he's only getting his +2 weapons as well. The Elite AI is just severely lacking in production, and that is going to cost him a whole lot in this fight. A maxed out Zerg player with better upgrades coming in here to finish this game off. Looks like even with 20% less health on every unit, the cheater AI is going to come out victorious. Now, AIs do not like to leave the game, so it seems like it'll probably take a while for the... Oh! The Terran player built Liberators, and one thing about Liberators is they do tend to break AI if they're sieged. You see, the AI cannot handle... It's at 1,600 APM trying to split out of a fucking lib zone when it's got like 15 Hydras. I'm just, like, again, begs the question. Does this say more about the people who coded the AI or the AI itself? Anyways, Zerg Parade pushing his way up the map. Could backslash dance his units. Could fall asleep on his keyboard. Could become a real human, live a whole life, find a wife, get married, have a couple kids before this Terran could recover from this. This is the important battle. The 1 burrow roach attacking the SCVs. And honestly, I thought the Terran was going to perform better because of the 20% health. So I guess maybe if we do another thing where it's an Elite versus a Cheater 3, we might have to give him an even bigger handicap, maybe 60%. I guess we could go down 10% at a time. But either way, very well played from our big boy cheater AI. Why am I saying well played, bro? Don't cheat. Hacks are bad. If you hack in a video game, you're bad. I like how the vials like go perfectly on the center of the depots. That's crazy. That's hilarious. CC goes down, 11 supply. When will he leave? He has 900 APM. We can't look at his camera, but because they don't technically have a camera. GG is called. I don't think the other AI can accept the surrender, though. These perfectly centered vials. Oh, hold on, boys. The last hope is coming in here. He's rebuilding. The income per minute for this AI is about 8,000 resources per minute. It's insane. Just go kill him already. Stop playing with your food. Another CC is being built. 9 supply. Hello? You had like 1,000. Okay, I was like, Mr. 1,500 APM AI won't move his... can't move his army continuously. He's like those barcodes in Diamond League that have like 400 APM and they play Protoss and they Void Ray battery rush you every game and you're just like, why? But why though? And that would be somewhat hypocritical considering I have a lot of APM, but I don't cheese like that often, at least. Only on a rare occasion. I do enjoy me some Swiss. Not a fan of the sharp cheddar, though. Finally, last building is destroyed, and our cheater battle bot won. If you did enjoy this, please give me suggestions as to what type of AI fight you want to see next. And, yeah, like if you liked it, subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.